So now that's good. And then also the ultimate, the Omni ultimate, when they changed auras so that they go in a much larger area, they also changed Omni's ultimate so that it's just this huge radius. In fact, it doubled, I believe.
It's pretty high, yeah. And
this hero is actually quite good. If you don't have any dispels, it's a problem.
Especially in conjunction with another strength hero, right? Like, they've got an Omni Knight and a Brewmaster. You shouldn't underrate, or even underestimate, rather, the amount of damage that's going to do, because Heavenly Grace does give bonus strength as well.
Yep. It's kind of like a pseudo Chen with the status resist. In fact, isn't it the same as Chen now? Technically speaking, like 8 strength at level 1, right? Something like that. And then Chen is like 8 damage now at level 1. So technically speaking, with the Chen nerfs, Omni it potentially could be played just like a Chen, just Heavenly Grace like a brew in lane, run at people with the crit.
You're just giving extra heroes to my Fury crafting mode. Like, I don't know. My favorite way of looking at this hero is, like, I remember I sat down with VP. I was like, okay, no one's picking Omni Knight right now. I expect this hero, and it didn't in this way. I'm upset it didn't. I was like, I expect this hero to just appear suddenly in the pro scene with a Luna Sven combo. And it will just run everyone over, right? Because you've got basically the stat gains are insane. Like, you basically just buff up the Sven. That shield, by the way, with like Luna Blessing plus Heavenly Grace, no one's dying. Like, no one will die.
To be honest, I just anticipated this hero coming back into the meta, maxing the Q and E still, and then eventually just having this Heavenly Grace that's better than the old Repel. Like, I just imagined him being exactly the same. Maybe Heavenly Grace being a little bit better in the early game, played as an offlaner, but there's definitely the possibility for, like, nobody expected Shen to be moving out of the jungle, for example. So, like, a complete role swap on a hero, a complete change of how a hero is played can completely make a hero broken when it was just okay played in the other way. But
I think you're right.
That was just my expectation with him, because I feel like Omni's always been relatively good played like that. It's just lane bully, radiance building, run at you with the heal bomb sort of hero.
So you're mostly on point. Like, the build typically that I think is kind of becoming more standardized now is you look to max out the purification first. You get the degen aura to 2 points. Then, like,
Heavenly Grace.
Yeah, Heavenly Grace, you take like 1 point at either 6 or 7. And you're probably going to max out both of those before you even put a point in Guardian Angel. I've seen a lot of Omni Knights focus around saving up, like basically waiting until you have level 2 ultimate and then just getting 2 points into that.
I honestly think starting Heavenly Grace or second point Heavenly Grace is really good in this game because it applies a Dispel. So you can dispel the Earth Spirit Slow, the Naga Siren Net, and the Jakiro, all of his abilities. So, and the Silence from Death Prophet. I think it's a strong Dispel, but in any case, look, the Dispel is super effective in this game. Against Jakiro in the past, you would even go for it first sometimes, the Repel, just for the Dispel.
It's definitely a strong Dispel. The only crux that you always run into is, like, it's 17 seconds at level 1 with 12-second uptime. So it's like, it's very... I think you need, like, a strong spell that is justified for that removal, right? Like, you definitely need to get rid of it. And the only thing I'm concerned about is, like, it's good for the Boulder Smash, I could see, but what about the Jakiro, right? He's going to renew his slows on you pretty rapidly with the Dual Breath, with the Liquefy, all that.
It's more so just like you trade, like, he uses his mana, and then you use something that costs less mana, and it's just like an effective sort of trading thing. But yeah, you're right. It's like it's not like it's gonna stop the kill potential or anything like that. It just gives you, like, he uses that on you. You get a couple last hits on the first wave. I'm more thinking back to, like, when it was a 1v3 offline scenario, and you'd be laying against, like, Ogre Jakiro, and they'd throw shit at you, and you just purge it, run around the trees, sort of thing.
I kind of like it.
Depends on the situation, though.
I think I like the idea of that if you had, like, something needy that's gonna draw that tension, right? At the same time, then you'd be running an Omni Knight Underlord lane, which wouldn't work that well. I think the biggest kind of hamperer to leveling Heavenly Grace early right now is just your mana pool isn't big, and you want to be spamming purifications. And if you have Heavenly Grace as well, that's 80 plus, 85 at level 1 on both those spells?
Yeah.
It's like half.
I think Soul Ring is, like, a complete necessity on this hero now. It's just...
Yes.
You've so much regen coming from all of your spells. There's no point in not getting a Soul Ring, and you also have so much spammability on all of your spells. And if you use Heavenly Grace, it helps you farm faster. Like, it gives you strength, so you actually hit. If you have a Soul Ring, you just use that on you casually yourself. it's going to increase your farming speed.
It should be pointed out that you're like this Omni is going to be against a Naga as well. So this is like another element is people assume that you have to just close the gap as an Omni Knight to get the purification off. Actually, like I remember watching S4 spam this, I think like 2 years ago, and it's relevant now as it was then. You just purification creeps. You stop them getting their CS, and they take huge bulks of damage because they're immediately hero. They can't avoid that.
Yep, and if you can like mess up a deny, mess up a last hit, something like that, and then you get a deny, that's like what gives you a lead in a game like this where, you know, people are all very skilled at laning. Like if you can get one range creep deny, one range creep last hit, you should get denied because you used a purification like that. It can literally be the difference between winning and losing a lane.
Now, in fairness, we nerded out pretty hard about the Omni Knight. People are probably like, well, why are you not talking about the PL? PL, a hero that kind of just fell off the side of a cliff in terms of pick rates. Not really being picked up by any teams at the moment, regularly.
What have they changed about him recently? I think they gave him extra damage on his Phantom Rush. Yeah. So it went from 30 to 36, 36 to 44. So this guy's pounding pretty hard, and people max that first usually. So very effective for him in terms of just being better at laning. Of course, all of the illusions get that bonus agility as well. It's good.
Looks like they're trying to dodge as well. Obviously, you don't want the prof up against that because one of the big advantages with this hero is you can dodge out the damage, you can harass from afar with the trees, and PL has a lot of armor plus that close, as we said with the Phantom Rush.
Yeah, and then also you can just worst case scenario like doppelgang out of the trees, and generally you prefer your Naga to not be against the Omni, whereas because like you said, you can just heal bomb the creeps. It's a melee hero, and Nature's Prophet doesn't really care about an Omni Knight. You are not going to really bully him with trees, but you're not going to close the gap on a Nature's Prophet. Nor are you going to heal bomb on the wave.
Maybe so Brew can do something, because that is the other thing, actually. This is a Brew support this game.
Yeah. Oh, he's taking lots of damage. He's getting very unlucky with the Stout Shield procs. I'm pretty sure like 5 out of... Yeah, every single hit, he's not getting a Stout Shield proc. Look how much damage he took.
Half his health
God damn.
They got 3 heroes up here, though. They're moving Omni Knight around. Bane's going to be jumped on here. Levels into the Brain Sap as expected. Still hang around while Disco Knight makes his way towards the bot lane.
I love this Nature's Prophet hero. I swear to God, I'm just going to be looking at this guy all game. I can't help it. I'm biased. I think this hero's so good right now.
Well, I mean, I'm just obsessed with Omni. Always. Just have to be.
We're biased casters, but we're biased for opposite teams. We're biased
for heroes, so... not players, is the other thing as well.
That's true. That's true.
Which is maybe better, maybe worse. Depends if you're a fan of Mars.
I hate that hero.
It's so dirty.
I actually hate that hero and anybody who plays it.
I mean, the moment I saw the spear, like that was the part that just sold me. I was like, okay, this hero is just going to be broken. Because people really do tend to underrate repositional spells and items. Like, Force Staff is always seen as this defensive item. Imagine if you use it aggressively to put someone out of position. They're probably dead.
It's super game winning. Dude, the amount of times that I've speared people out of their base on Mars, and then it's just like a pudge hook, except they're stunned afterwards. It's just not okay. I gotta say, though, it's fun to be negative and stuff in Dota because I got bored of the hero, stopped picking it, everybody else picks it, and then I lose to them. That's the only reason I'm negative about it, but I've had a blast playing Mars. Like, that is so much fun, that hero. Like, legitimately. I've just I was messaging, like, I'll just message people and be like, holy shit, have you tried this new hero? It's like playing a new game, almost. Have you ever played, like, I just started learning Smash. I never played Smash before, didn't play it in my childhood. Just started playing Smash Ultimate, and I love it. And I feel like playing Mars is the same thing, where it's just this joy of playing something that feels completely new and super broken, and it's just its own game. The Spear is just so satisfying.
Did you play Dota 1?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so you got this kind of perspective. I'm kind of saying, like, I'm starting to understand it from the veteran's perspective, right? Because, like, you mentioned Smash, and I'm like, yeah, but I played the original Smash, and there's, like, annoying things that I like to have, like a jump button that's not just on up, stuff like that. Like, there's small things that you think of. And I can kind of get where, like, the veterans really hate something like Mars or Willow brought into the game. They're just sitting there like, yeah, this hero doesn't fit what we know, what we're familiar with. It's completely alienating.
Valve has done such an amazing job with all the new heroes. Like, think about the new heroes. Willow, Pangolier, Monkey King, and then Mars. Like,
okay, Willow was very close to not being a hit, though. I heard about, just before release, the original plans. Like, I don't know if you heard about this, but the hero before she came out, about a few weeks before, they changed the design completely, because she was meant to be, like, just a healer. Every ability was to do with healing. They literally were creating their own version of the medic from Team Fortress in Dota. There was, like, this, so, like, the Terrorize is meant to be, like, a long-range heal, and the further you center, the more it healed, sort of stuff. Some really weird stuff.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, I could see that being maybe fun. I don't know.
Yeah, but people play Mercy, right? So,
but I think all of the new heroes, you have these like specialty players that just spam the hell out of them. You don't see anybody spamming Abaddon. Abaddon, actually, is how it's pronounced. It's how the hero.
I always say like I've had this discussion with people. It's because I used to play like Guild Wars, and they have someone called Abaddon. It's like,
oh yeah, it's named after something, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's like God of Death, I think, or Guardian of Death.
Yeah, Abaddon. In the New Testament book of Revelation, it's an angel called Abaddon, described king of an army of locusts.
Oh, nice lad, then.
Angel of Death. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's chilling.
Alright, back to the game, though. Looks like the pause is over, ready to get underway. Plantamorphs has TP to top. It's easier for Gambit to fix their lanes, though, because not only did the side of Uvajenie go first, but you've got a profit involved in this exchange.
He actually goes base first just because he can. Get some free regen, TP to the bot lane, full health, full mana. Treant's ready to go. Builds a null talisman as well, so this guy's doing 70 damage, plus a Blightstone. He's a beast.
Cheshire Cat will have no easy way to close the distance. He did go for the Heavenly Grace at level 1. Looking at the mid lane, though, there is a lead building for Pikachu already.
Surprisingly.
Although not the kill potential that you usually used to see on Ember. Because if you look at his build, there's been this huge shift with Embers. They used to always go for a point and searing chains by free, but now they're prioritizing Sleight of Fist secondary.
Maxing it out too, just farming and constantly harassing the hero with that extra 160 hero damage.
Lol. In trouble here. Getting pretty low. Your breath will slow him down as well. The hack should be able to finish off the kill. And first blood will go to the Naga.
Easy money.
I quite like this change, though. Like, to the... I mean, I'm going to take it away from Naga. I know you want... I'm keeping you away from talking about that hero. I was just going to quite quickly hit on the Ember, like the change to Sleight of Fist, because the big thing was they basically halved the cooldown at level 1. So you could actually level it early on and not feel useless.
Yep. It was pretty useless at level 1 because you'd use it in the lane to like dodge something, and then you wouldn't be able to use it to like dodge it the next gank.
Oh, FNG just went down the top lane. 3 heroes rotate and just smash his face into hack. Not able to do anything. I'm not really... If you're Earth Spirit in this scenario, do you want to be stuck in this try and try, or do you want to try and actually go somewhere else?
I mean, I guess it's just really awkward because you're not going to kill... You're not going to kill an Omni Knight. That's just not going to happen. It's right in front of his tower. He's got a lot of armor, a lot of healing. You're not going to kill an Ember Spirit until Death Prophet gets some levels because he's got the Flame Guard. So you don't really have much of a choice, and they're aggroing your Naga. So he's kind of forced to be up here, even though he doesn't really want to be up here.
I mean, even if you get a few levels on your Death Prophet, at that stage, you're then talking about Remnants being online for Ember, so...
True, true. He could maybe get the Silence at the next level. Because the Death Prophet Crypt Swarm is low mana cost in the earlier levels, so... Pretty low mana cost.
Yeah, for the size of your mana pool. At least the first, until you run out, and then you're just crying, realizing you have no mana left.
Yeah, and then you're like, I'm never picking this hero again.
That actually kind of adds up for my Death Prophet experiences. At least recently.
It does. It really does.
Ember, however, a hero that can get huge value out of that bottle. Already has it queued up, has the gold, should be out to him soon. Expect to see him get pretty aggressive onto Death Prophet in the next 2 minutes. Problem is he's got a substantial XP loss, and now they're going to rotate in. Searing Chains, locked him on the spot, and he can move away. Crypt Swarm. Oh, just out of range. Pikachu Barely, but yet will survive.
That actually would have killed him with the right clicks from the natures.
Problem
is with this as well. This is a core natures making that rotation. So he walks back to the bot lane, runs into the PL.
Well, someone just came from the bot lane. Cheshire Cat came to the top lane. FNG go for the TP unsuccessfully. On the bot lane, Older gets one room, but Plantomos gets the other.
2 for 2. Not bad. All this time, though, I said that Nature's Prophet, he's a core, he's rotating. They wanted to make this lane transition anyway, and the top lane is pushing in, so he actually hasn't missed anything for this. The lane was pushing in anyway, so it wasn't really safe for him. So now it's pushing out. So this is like a very good time to make the rotation, especially off the back of getting that bounty from the PL.
So look at Cheshire Cat. He's refusing to deal with that. He's going straight bot. He wants the Naga matchup, so nice little advantage that he can actually find there as the hack did TP down here.
I mean, you said it, though. This really favors, I think, Gambit, because they have the Nature's Prophet. So, like, worst case scenario, this hero wants to be rotating lanes anyway. This gives them the opportunity to just rotate, go for a kill with another core, and then the other core eventually takes the other lane, or Nature's Prophet could just TP back there, depending on where they TP the hero that dies when he makes the rotation. So he could rotate bot and kill this Omni, potentially rotate mid. It's all going to force rotations, which will give the Naga an easy lane, regardless.
And she's up to 5 now, so she can actually tolerate and deal with Cheshire Cat pretty well. He has got 3 points in the Purification, but you're just going to outfarm the Omni Knight now. FNG, he kept dancing in this river, and finally a price might be paid as Pikachu's going to run him down casually with a Flame Guard. He'll stick up, buys a little bit of time, rolling from Immersion, saves the life of the Jakiro, and bats away, says, get the hell our way from my captain.
That's nice. It would be a 5 dying, so it's not that big of a deal if he dies, but it's pretty cool to, if you're an Earth Spirit, you don't really have much else to do. Just save your Jakiro. It's just denied gold.
Yeah, it's a huge waste of time for the ambush. But like, look, the mid tower's gone.
Yep. That's what happens. You leave the lane against Death Prophet. Plus Nature's. Although Nature's was just chilling top. He needs to get the 6 online on Nature's Prophet. There hits a point in the game where you're just not effective anymore at rotating before you're level 6, and you start needing the damage. It does like 700 something damage at level 1 to the last target that it hits. That's just ridiculous. And the amount of pressure that it applies to the lanes, too.
It's pretty painful to deal with. And the other thing to highlight here is because they took down that tier 1 tie, it's not just a lineup with Prophet, as in Nature's Prophet in this scenario, it's also got the Earth Spirit, which means the map opens up for his rotations.
Yep, and he's getting some levels in the mid lane because it's safe here. Death Prophet can jungle. This will get him.
A Sprout can try and move away, eats the tree, so he's gonna get additional regen. And well, Brewmaster, that's a tower too far. He should burn out here to Jakiro in the end. Ice Path, sidestep, and actually he might live. Not enough damage coming out from the level 1 Liquid Fast, so Brewmaster TP's back to base.
Nature's Prophet doesn't die though, so that lets him TP back to base, and he can TP top to defend this tower, which is the most important thing.
He wants to kill
Maybe get a kill.
Plantomos is going to try and doppelganger away. They've got the Ice Path, but no, he cancelled it. FNG had to recalibrate his aim there.
I think they thought he was going to do the illusion juke, but he next leveled them by just sending the actual hero away.
As a result, Plantomos, how is he sitting here? He is 5th on the net worth chart right now. This is concerning because I'd argue you probably get an easier power spike than a Naga, but how do you see this matchup if you end up mid-late game?
I honestly have no idea because Naga just doesn't... Like, you rarely see PL get picked anymore, and when you did see him get picked, Naga wasn't getting picked. And it's like a reworked Naga. I've never seen this matchup late game. I would say that in terms of burst damage, Naga does more, but PL's way harder to kill. Get a Heart Scotty, get the level 25 talent for 6-second doppelganger cooldown reduction. So, yeah, it's hard to say who it favors. If they can get some lockdown like a sheep, they can kill the PL with Naga, for sure.
Trying to take this tower in the top lane. Nightmare's thrown out. They're going to just share it between them. So, they did actually use the Exorcism. Didn't get anything out of it in the end other than half the HP of a tower. Did force a lot of attention from UVJ, though.
Yeah, Naga's free farming bot lane. Has a Midas. They definitely should be concerned about her. Since they TP people top, we have Nature's Prophet TP spot. Pressures with the Naga illusions. And Jakiro's farming mid. He's trying to get level 6.
so that he can just go to lanes and die. I like to some people, that's how I like to summarize Jakiro to people is, well, you're basically going to run to a lane, drop macro power, and hope you don't die. But if you do, you drop macro power, so who cares?
It's like a terrible Shadow Shaman.
It's a depressing life. You know what that is? Like, we were talking about the Clinks earlier today, and we were trying to find the perfect comparison of what, like, a hero like him in that scenario. And we said Warlock. We were wrong. We should have said Jakiro.
Yeah. You drop some dumb bullshit, and then you die, and then you're like, hey, my dumb bullshit's on the ground, guys. Fight inside of that.
Barbecue laid, boys. Stick them on the spit.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, sometimes I get why people think I'm Australian when I say sentences like that. I don't know, it felt kind of Australian. Stick them on the spit. I don't think I have ever said that sentence in my life, and I apologize to everyone confused by it.
Well, it's also just, you know, you and Toby are so close. Just
close.
Personal friends and such, so you guys, you know, just share a lot of the same, like, language naturally. You guys do, like, nightly Skype calls, right? Or what?
Yeah, we just stare into each other's eyes longingly. Him not shaking as much because he's getting old. He's kind of got out of that. Me shaking maybe because of the excitement or the energy drink. It could be either one, really.
It's definitely the excitement. I mean, I'm shaking right now thinking of Toby.
I mean, we literally just sit there staring at each other doing, like, it's a disaster back and forth.
Have you ever been winked at by Toby?
I got, like, that weird eye thing where he kind of, like, widens one eye. You know the one I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I see him do it all the time when I'm looking in his window. Anyway, Nature's Prophet gets nightmared up here. There's no grip on Bane, though, so...
Silence should protect against any pursuit. Instead, they'll turn around and they'll find a killer Black Archangel. Older Kulich still being chased onto, but Plantimos, low on HP, needs to be careful. He just burned up so quickly here with the dots on top of him. He was up in the air for Ninja coming down to a mess, but it is a mess for the side of UVG. They need to move away. They're going to lose Plantimos, and they might lose Pikachu too. In fact, they will. He's going to go down. And lol. Looks like Brewmaster not quite out. Just gets out of range of the Ice Path, so they'll turn around and take the tower. There's no easy way the Brewmaster can defend this. The split was already used.
It's funny, we were just talking about how useless Jakiro is, and he just runs down lanes and dies. And he had, like, a super important amount of effectiveness in that fight. He just ran in, used all his spells, did a ton of damage, tons of stun on top of the Earth Spirit spells. That was actually just a fight won by the Jakiro.
I mean, he literally just sat there and went, oh, look, a choke point. We're fighting around a choke point.
Yeah. Dude, FNG even has dead inside in his name. Like, he knows. He knows what his hero... They ping... The pings! You used the shrine without me!
Is it dead inside because of how he feels, or because he's then eating the corpses of the dead people? So theoretically, technically, there are dead people inside.
I mean, if you eat, like, beef...
I mean, you're a dragon, right? You gotta be eating, like, a lot of meat.
There could be vegetarian dragons. I don't know. Have you seen dinosaurs, dude? Some of those, like, just have huge necks and eat trees and shit.
I don't know. Vegan dinosaur... Like, vegan, rather, dragon just doesn't have the same ring to it.
It doesn't, but what if he's just, like, a... He can still be, like, a killer. He just, like, does it for, I don't know, pleasure? Or he's like Dexter. He just kills bad people. Here's a good guy.
Oh, they're going to try and kill Ember here. Ice Path down. He's going to be silenced up as well. The roll does connect in. And Cheshire Cat just arrived in a mess as well. Heavenly Grace thrown out, but the Sprout on Kulich himself says, no, no, no. You wanted this fight. Where the hell are you going? I thought Paladins were brave.
Doesn't have enough grace. You're right, he skipped Guardian Angel altogether, surprisingly, against all the physical damage. Not even a value point.
No. Looking for the double value. It sounds ridiculous when you think about that, because you're like, double value. What's the difference? 10 seconds less cooldown? Not the biggest. Nightmare on Jakiro. Better deny the ward if he wants to, but actually instead they just let him get it. He'll pay the price for it, but he's laughing to his grave as he did get the D ward.
It's important. Important D ward. If you can get a couple of those wards denied, and Bane just sends them out, limits the future warding, because of course they have a cooldown, so that's one thing that can be really unfortunate in games, because usually it's just bad luck when your new wards get dewarded. I guess it could be bad warding too, but sometimes it's just like they get dewarded.
Right now, I'm just looking at the items that are coming out and where the priority is. You know, you got that Yules on the Death Prophet. You're going to tank up against the magical damage next. Your Nature's Prophet now has the drums online. You are going to get a Vlad soon to try and counteract this mid-game interaction from Gambit. But is it enough? I mean, Ember's got his drums coming out. That might be the pivot point where you see the side of UVJ start to venture into Dire's jungle.
Yeah, people really love this drums item.
Yeah, but even if he had drums, I'm not sure if it would have saved him from this. Oh, no, they didn't silence him. They didn't have the follow-up one onto him, so it looks like there will be an escape in time for Ember.
I can't help but think that drums is just...
Oh, wait.
Oh, he
well,
just
he got his drums, at least.
Solo?
Yeah, he just walked into the arms of Dahak.
That is just worse. That is just worse than dying mid. Like, it's a solo kill on the mid. Nalga is huge. He's 10,000 net worth.
Definitely getting the Skrilla, and now rolling top. They're looking onto this Brewmaster. Silence stops, so they can't get the split out. Follow-up silence to make sure it never happens. Now they turn around, look for a kill into the PL, who was trying to just push this wave in. Tower will be denied.
All right, this one's... Oh, I'm getting... I like there, too.
Yeah, I got that. That was interesting. I was basically just watching Immersion roll around on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah, this one is not looking good.
Ice Frog will call this piece of art when Earth Spirit roleplays Pangolier. I know you were saying not good about the game. I was just saying not good about the pause.
The pause wasn't great either. You know, at one point, they'll probably change Earth Spirit and just make him Pangolier. Why not? Why not? Why not just put that into one hero and then just remove Pangolier from the game?
I mean, that would get rid of Lucky Shot, which would be...
Yeah, you already reworked his abilities. Just remove one more instead of Heartbreaker, whatever the hell it was called. Stupid shit.
I
don't remember what it was.
I can't remember. Something Piercer, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Heart Piercer? Was that it?
It's like... Heartbreaker just sounds like you're going towards Heartstopper. I don't...
Because at what point, instead of adding... Because we don't want 1,000 heroes in, like, Dota 5. You know what I mean? At what point do you start removing heroes? Like, they removed Poor Man's Shield from the game. Why not remove Pangolier? It's like the only offlaner I can't play at all. Maybe that's why I want us to get removed.
Is this where it's coming from? The bitterness? Oh, the roll. Not on point. Pikachu out just in time.
Yeah, so that's a waste of Exo.
This is basically just coming down to, I don't know how to play this hero, and I'm expected to know how to play this hero. Please remove this hero.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I was thinking about it in the old computer, the old thinker upstairs, and that was coming together up there eventually. So, you know, it's just the way she goes. Sometimes your brain does things that you don't want it to do. It just says things. I'm sure you understand.
I mean, it sounds like you wanted to say that though. So I think you're now lying to us, and your brain was telling us the truth. You just want Pangolier to be removed.
What if my brain is just lying to you and I'm not doing it? That's not me doing it.
So you're subconsciously lying. That kind of makes you morally worse. You know that.
Now listen, like conscious, subconscious. I don't know anything about any of that sort of stuff. I know a lot about science, like especially astrology and stuff like that. But
oh wait, sometimes it doesn't make you morally worse, but it does just make you worse in other like ways.
Like just being.
This is too philosophical. No, not too bad at though. I mean, like NA's got that going for him.
It's true. Well, I'm Canadian, it's not North America.
Well, I mean, not if Trump gets his way with the trade deals. Technically are.
Apparently he's building a wall too, so I'm not gonna be able to get in there.
This is like when I have to explain to people that even if certain events happen for Britain, we're technically European.
Yeah. Ooh, smoke. They're trying to find Naga. Naga's out of there though. He knows.
He's like, look how fast he's went by. It's just gone.
400 movement speed.
This is why, like, I always try and sell people this. If you're looking at talents, and I think I've been doing it with Mars as an example, right? Like, most people have been taking the alternative, which I think is armor or something. And
I think it's strength.
Strength, yeah, 8 strength or 20 movement speed. I take the movement speed straight away. I was like, I can build into strength very easily. Do you know how hard it is to build into movement speed? At least raw movement speed in a game that is now dominated by percentage move speed, and Ember did not move quick enough out of here. They're trying to escape the Heavenly Grace, should give him enough time to get out of there. Omni Knight with the save.
Slowly but surely losing their losing the gold battle though, just because of this Naga. It's only going to get worse and worse.
Even Akulich is going to accelerate. He's going for the Crimson Guard. Has it almost complete now as well. I love this build on Prophet so much. I think the first person I saw doing it regularly was Seb. And it's so effective. Like, this hero's issue is usually he's just so damn squishy.
Is it drums every time? Oh, PL bot lane?
Yeah, they found him.
They're setting up with the song?
They got the silence ready. Okay. They're just going to let him try and escape. They realize which one's real, though. The pings come out after they netted the wrong one. They're like, wait. Why did my roll connect with this one here? He tried for the cute trick, and it didn't work out.
Even they were kind of confused about that.
I think that was just flaming your own teammate. Like, why did you net this, bro? You can clearly see which one's real.
He was just netting to point out, like, don't go in this one, don't go in this one.
Ah, yeah. There we go. Because
like
pro players
thing.
Like, you're a team, right? You don't flame each other, guys.
Of course. Gambit wouldn't flame each other. That doesn't happen in CIS.
Maybe in upper region.
Maybe.
Nothing in, just trying to get some damage in. Does get the tier 3 tower down to half HP, but they'll just look to back away now. They got some good value out of that.
Those ghosts are so slow right now. That's the only problem with Death Prophet, really, is that her Spirit Siphon is great now. Her Silence is great. Her Crypt Swarm, super efficient. But those Exorcism Spirits, they're basically only good for stunned targets or towers, which are basically stunned because they don't move.
You're basically sounding like that friend scenario where, like, your partner asks if you like their friends. You're like, they're great, they're great, they're great. And there's just a button. And that but really does matter. As you said, like, the movement speed on those spirits really screws over the effectiveness of this hero.
And usually if there isn't a but, it's like you can tell that there's an implied but just by the way that the person's talking.
Bruce gonna die to illusions, by the way. Naga's scary right now. And Pikachu, it's not like this is your old school Battle Fury Ember. He's not gonna have a solution to this Naga. No one is at this rate.
Yeah, these illusions do... top lane, Blue Eyes back.
Can they do enough? The Merch down to half HP. No mana will slow his death, but should come around inevitably in the end. Pain, protected by the Heavenly Grace, turns around with the Fiend's Grip out into hack. The Ice Path is good. FNG doing every piece of work that he can, but it's still not enough to turn it for his team. They will be able to get the cause out, but he'll have to give his life to ensure that that is the case.
They're trying to get the Naga. She's too damn fast, though, with that movement speed talent.
Slivering her way to safety.
Yeah. She just did not have the mana for the song, unfortunately, in that, but Jakiro with the Ice Path and like 4 people saved the Naga. That was potentially where the game flips around. If they can keep that grip on the Naga and kill her, she is the absolute pride and joy of Gambit right now. If they can take her away, it's... I mean, she's 17k net worth. She's almost double the next guy in line.
They need to sink that baby, and, well, because that ship's still sturdy, it goes straight up the river and into the Roche Pit. They want to get a second life to ensure Dahak never has to worry about dying again. And that'll buy enough time to either push towards the Radiant base, or you just wait out and farm up this heart, at which stage, how do UVJ kill you?
It's too much effective HP. You just use all of your buttons. She just respawns. Then there's a whole other 4 people you have to deal with. And then there's Gambit as well. Because the 4 people are the goddamn Naga illusions.
Well, you're forgetting the Manta as well.
Oh yeah, sorry, there's like, it's like 10v5.
And your numbers are right, because he's about to get level 20, so he'll have the extra illusion as well.
It's nuts to just consider. So they do 40% damage each, right? They have 4 illusions. So that's 160% damage, along with the original Naga. So you have more than a double damage on a carry hero, is building into all of these stats and has these stat gains. So 3.7 agi per level. That's quite a lot.
It's basically a Chaos Knight that can actually farm.
Yeah, or, I mean, or a Terrorblade that does more damage than In fact, I've actually tested this in a lobby, and Naga does more damage with like ideal items than a Terrorblade does in the late game. It's just that Naga is, you know, a melee hero.
So you know, initial hits from the Skadi are the problem. But once you close the distance, and that's not something you have to worry about in this game. You're up against all melee cores. One of those melee cores in Trop on the top, Ember. Actually scares them away because the Heavenly Grace was on point, and FNG will have to give his life for this mistake, for this gluttony, this daring attempt on the life of the Ember. Now the buyback comes out. They're trying to initiate into this. The Hack does have the mana for this song if he wants to throw it out. Net's going to be thrown out on the Bane. He's surrounded on all sides by illusions, by trees, but protected and will be able to move away. Turns around. Cyclone up in the air. Nature's Prophet can't do anything. Death Prophet dead already. Ice Path is there. There's use of the GA coming out to make sure that they don't have to retreat. They'll keep pursuing forward. Black Archangel getting pretty low with the Magpie still running. It's going to be close to dying. He might, in fact, tick out. Hit just in time, stays alive. Heavenly Grace will heal him up as well. And Older Kulich, he has nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. He is dead.
All right, maybe PL can become a problem now.
But the Hack, he's alive. That's all that matters, right? It's not like you only have one core that's cruising ahead on the side of Gambit and two others that are falling behind.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. So, Reaver almost up. Naga almost has the heart.
So,
next fight will...
What's that changing, though? Like, the issue here is you're building this so you don't die, but you're already not dying.
Yeah, that's true.
But everyone else is dying.
Maybe get a Daedalus, you know? May as well. Fuck. Just go all in. Just give her.
Maybe
give him the damage.
MKB in prep for what PL will eventually get, because you know he's going to go for a.
Problem with the illusions don't get the
true.
What's it called? The damage. They get the true strike. But
that's about it.
Not the bonus proc damage.
You can't go for something like a Bloodform build because PL will. Well, actually, PL is skipping the Manta so far.
You can maybe go Nullifier Bloodthorn. That doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah. Gives you the way to burst. I mean, that was a popular build for the Phantom Lancer in the late game, right? You go play Seal Bridge and just burst someone down. But Gambit, they want to go on the high ground. They're back to the Exorcism. Ice Path out into the Bane. Bat through, slow him down. Roland's going to be there from Merchant. Silence up onto the Bane. They can get this kill as a pub entrance one because there won't be a Fiend's Grip available. He still doesn't actually have for another 2 seconds. He's going to get low. The Magnetizer. Merchant will go down, but Black Archangel will stay alive. The buyback comes out because PL did fall in the midst of that. Split is available. Brewmaster thinking about using it. We'll throw it out now, but the Hack, so damn fast, so quick to move away. We'll get stunned up with the Ice Path. Covers his escape. Exorcism running out, but no, they hit the Cyclone. Gonna try and move away to Hack. Still has a song to work with, but has the Aegis, doesn't want to throw it out. Manages to get out of the Searing Chains, and there it is. Song used, TP away. No way to stop him either. Oh, a big buyback out of that as well.
Yeah, it's a huge buyback from the PL. I'm surprised they even were able to kill him, to be honest. She's going for the straight butterfly after that. He's like, this Naga's doing way too much damage. It's always very frustrating in a meta where Naga is strong. Like, the #1 thing people will always complain about is just how bullshit it is that she can just press song and TP out. Like, that never feels fun, where it's like, go, 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 we're killing them, we're winning, we're winning. It's like the best disengage in all of Dota. So it's always so frustrating.
There was a reason that, I think it was at TI, I'm trying to remember which one it was, but TI4 or TI, no, it might have been TI2. I know one of the TIs, like, the crowds would regularly just boo whenever they saw Naga. It's just been that hero for a long time, whenever it appears.
Yeah. Like Naga Song, Centaur ultis, another really frustrating disengage to deal with, especially when he gets the eggs.
Like, it was worse at one point when they had the whole Radiance build for the Naga. You're like, okay, this is just boring, because not only can the other team not farm, your own team can't farm because you're farming the entire map.
I'm glad they essentially removed that build. Well, I mean, I don't think they intentionally removed it, per se, but they just kind of nudged people away from it, and now it's this like brawling fighting hero. It's more fun to play. I guess it leads to like less diverse gameplay because she's just kind of another TB or PL, but I don't know, it's not fun for either team to have a Naga on your team. Like the old Naga, same thing with removing like the Caudal mana leak. It just wasn't fun to use, and it wasn't fun to play against. So why is it a mechanic in a game? And that's why they removed it, because they can just do better, and they did.
It's not about having fun, Jenkins. It's about winning.
That's true. I never thought about it like that before until you told me just now.
You know, this is I'm just gonna coach you from out. You just gotta try hard, okay?
I might try to win my next game instead of losing.
Just gonna roll it. Does actually miss Bane. The silence will be there, and I mean that's an important kill. They were trying to find it last time and kind of accidentally ran into a better kill in the PL. But right now, your Naga's only concerned about that Fiend's Grip.
Damn, the Brew alone with the scan on the high ground from Gambit dissuades them from getting that room. It's literally just a Brew. It's so funny how scared you can be just because nobody's showing elsewhere. The vision is really good from Gambit. The wards are in really nice locations that aren't going to get dewarded, that are just going to catch glimpses of people entering into the different lanes.
And also smoke spots, right? Like, yeah, you see a lot of teams try and play around, for example, the mid in this area if they want to smoke up. So you're close enough that you might get a glimpse of that if you're at the Roche pit. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing this a little bit closer to their base, but for good reason. Look at the sentry that came out, because UVJ expected that.
Yeah, this is actually, like, super next level warding from Gambit. They couldn't get any closer to place, like, the deep wards that wouldn't get dewarded, so they just placed them a little bit more shallow, because they just don't want to get them dewarded. You know, you may as well have that vision. It's a lot easier to keep the enemy team in their base. Looks like they're going to try to push the spot lane. They have the DPLT.
Time to knock again. They got half the HP of it last time. Let's see if we get the full thing.
Double siege wave.
Cheshire Cat just trying to eliminate the wave quickly. Ice Path doesn't connect, but he's losing a lot of health. The Sprout will just solo him out from the rest of his team. Still got the Guardian Greaves to work with, though. Lantimos needs to be a little bit careful.
So
Roland's going to be there. Cheshire Cat needs to move away, but Silence Stop. He can't actually do enough. The Guardian Greaves will not keep him alive, and he's gone. He needs to way back in. The Song's going to be there to protect the motion. He was taking a little bit too much damage, and the bonfire is still lit. Can they follow up here? Ice Path looking for the kill on the Palanamos. Can they get him quick enough? The roll through should enable it with the ensnare there. He can't escape. He will at least take the Earth Spirit with him. Doppelganger right at the end, trying to escape. Just going to run across. Ice Path doesn't connect. The Hut, though. Speedy Race Gun. Oh, no! He actually got rid of the Courier. That was the second Butterfly that would have been complete for Dahak. He does get the kill, though, and there's no buyback for the Phantom Lancer, so still worth it for the Naga. Do they back off, though? The buyback from Bane is making them hesitant. Do they have the damage? They've got a catapult still here. Hero has the Ice Bath. They're going to move in. Pikachu does sidestep it, though, and Jakiro casually go down. That should be an abort. Gambit need to get out.
Naga just has no mana. That's the unfortunate thing about this. If they had mana on Naga, they could just fight that with illusions. But she's just a single hero. She's playing without triple the damage which she would be getting from the illusions.
Well,
now she
comes back now.
Yeah.
Although Omni is up in 10 seconds this time.
He is, yeah. God, in that fight, the Omni just melted to literally just the Naga illusions. And then he got picked off with the Jakiro Ice Path. But what led to that was the Naga illusions.
The illusion's done some damage. Did at least force out the glyph. The melee is going to heal up if you back off now as Gambit. But in reality, you need to find a way to approach that Roche pit, if anything, because, well, you lost a few too many people, and that Song, you had to commit it just to try and save your Earth Spirit. That's kind of telling of where your damage lies on the side of Gambit right now.
I kind of feel like you don't want to give Naga the next Aegis. I know that sounds insane, but
no,
she's not dying.
Yeah, she's not even getting close to dying.
She can just song. She can just song out anyway. Worst case scenario, she has travels, so she'll always have those up to get out. So maybe just give it to like an Earth Spirit. Death Prophet's not that useful because you don't respawn with the Exorcism.
Nature's Prophet.
It's not that useful just because he's like a tanky frontline. He doesn't really do damage. But if you can give it to the Earth Spirit and just have him go in.
Or at least the cheese, maybe.
Yeah. They're not going to give it to the Earth Spirit, it looks like, but I mean, he just doesn't have enough items to justify it, but probably give it something to the Death Prophet.
In before FNG is given Aegis.
Hey man, doesn't seem that bad.
He's earned it with all his deaths, okay?
Okay, so he does take it, but there's a cheese on this one. I guess when you have the slot that's just filled with the Midas, you may as well, but and there really isn't another great hero to take it.
And that Midas, well, it will be replaced soon by another Butterfly. The Courier is going to respawn in 30 seconds. Then Dahak's effective HP, well, we said he wasn't dying in the previous fights. It's very unlikely you're going to be able to actually find him in the next fight.
I guess this way he can run in like an absolute madman with the Aegis.
Yeah, you know, just dive the fountain, see how well it goes.
Sure, you know, if it's making space for the Death Prophet, take the tower with the exorcism. They're kind of using it in this game like the Serpent Wards. They're literally just using it exclusively on buildings and just fighting with it up, hitting the buildings. And then when it's down, they just stop fighting. It's like the fights are just to distract for the exorcism to do damage, essentially.
Yeah, there's too many targets. That's another thing. Those ghosts are targeting all these BL illusions, so they're not really focused on the damage.
Yeah, that is one problem. You know, slow and steady though. Eventually.
It's a battle of attrition at this stage.
Yeah, for sure. They need some sort of like extra disable. If they can get a sheep on the Prophet, they can get a sheep on the Death Prophet, something like that. I guess they're both Prophet. Nature's Prophet needs a sheep. Death Prophet needs a sheep. Maybe even Naga, although she has 3 butterflies. She's just raw damage. Good lord.
I mean, just switch out the boots. Why do you even need them?
70% physical resist and 60% evasion.
I'm
so
pretty
this
sure
Naga
you
takes
just,
like
there it is.
12% damage physical.
Look at it. He switched out the boots now. Recalculate those numbers.
You don't need them.
72% evasion, 73% physical resistance. Hope you got magic damage, because there's no other way you're killing this, bud.
She's taking like 7% physical damage or something. Probably closer to 10. It's still basically nothing.
It's a mild tickle at this stage. They're just taking the time with this approach. Roll in. Oh, they connect on the Pikachu. Now they can follow up. Trying to silence him. Nightmare's going to be there, but we've had to move away in the end. Exorcism has been activated. Can they find something for all their troubles? They're trying to get rid of the PL illusion so they can actually recommence sieging the base. And the double catapult is kept alive. Happening in. Finally focus in. Trying to take down those racks. Sun's coming out. Pikachu can't do anything just yet. Going to try and go in, but the Yule's going to come out. The Split's going to be there as well. There's the Guardian Angel happening. Still pretty deep, but he's going to heal up soon. They can't focus him first. The hack with the song to make sure they can reset and look to go. They've got the Ice Path at the ready. Where do they want to throw it, though? The ping's coming out. They say Omni Knight, but they decide against it. A little bit too deep, and now they need to actually escape. The hack, he's left behind a little bit here, but does have the Aegis. They didn't want to commit onto him. Moldakulich instead is a target. Ice Path protects with the Sprout as well. They can't get on top of Ember. Sleight of Fist needs to move away. Does have Remnant to work with. The rolling doesn't connect because Immersion out of Remnants right now, and it looks like the hack is just unapproachable. They still can't get rid of him. Moldakulich went back to base, returned again. Looking pretty healthy right now. Pikachu trying to move away, but Afanin just siphoning up to stay alive here. The Guardian, with the use of the Guardian Reefs, they allow him to get away right now, and Afanin does have the Ghost Scepter. They still can't hurt him. The hack, they ping again. This is not the ideal target, but what else can you actually go for here? They'll finally be able to burn through that Aegis. He'll switch to his boots, but he doesn't have another song for 30 seconds. They need to protect him. Meanwhile, on the top lane, though, Moldakulich, he's just split pushing the whole time. He's going to try and split up the fight. This way, Gambit gets something either way. Sleep coming out and Afanin. 60 seconds here. He's got the Exorcism again. Ember did go to the top lane to try and slow down the Nature's Prophet here. But he at least gets the tower out, and they're going to back away again. For how long, though?
Boy. Yeah. I really do feel like both of these sides could really use like a nullifier into Orchid sort of thing, Bloodthorn. They really lack single target damage and disable. They need to use something on the Omni Knight. Like, they need to use maybe even just a sheep on the Omni Knight and kill him. They need something to focus. I like the fact that they switched up and started doing the sort of split pushing thing. I think if Death Prophet has ultimate and you have Nature's Prophet taking the top lane, then this goes a lot better with the split push. Like, they get 1 Rax at least. But when he did that, it was after the Death Prophet ultimate was down. So there's nothing really pressuring the bot lane. It was just a bit of a standstill. Double damage on the bot lane, though. If Naga can get that, that's like absolutely devastating.
And I think the thing to kind of highlight here is that this isn't your typical Nature's Prophet at this stage in the game, the split push. This isn't this guy that's just going to eviscerate a tower in the blink of an eye because he's gone for that Crimson Guard and that pipe. He's basically just trying to make himself unkillable.
Yeah, what I really like to build on Nature's Prophet to make up for that is like a Meteor Hammer. And he also does not have the Treants talent. So he doesn't have the +4 Treants. He has 10 armor. Does have the Assault Heroes,
oh, Cheshire Cat been soloed out here. Split's going to come out here. They activate the Exorcism, looking to move in. And Omni Knight might be in trouble. He gets the G out, but is it enough to protect him? They're trying to burn him out. The magic damage overwhelms him. Immersion getting low, going to be rooting him with the Searing Change, but there's the song coming out to protect. But Brewmaster's still standing up onto Immersion here. We'll go for the rollout and succeed. Buyback comes out from Omni Knight. Maybe too late to do anything. Palancamon's chasing forward. Boulder smash there. Jump in with a clap. And now Brew pretty deep. No split left. They might turn around and try and kill him off. Siphon coming out. Silence is there as well. Nightmare to try and protect. But Palanamos, he's going to melt to this. One more hit and he's gone. Can they find it right now? The Ice Path connects onto Ember instead. They're going to try and burn through his mana supply. Still has a remnant to escape though. They'll manage to get back, but they now have to forfeit the melee racks. And the whole while, look who went top again. Older Kulich snipes out the melee racks and will move away successfully.
Dude, Omni was literally just hitting him while he hit the melee racks for like 15 seconds. But he couldn't kill him because he's just so tanky. It's plus 30 armor. Nature's Prophet has 77% physical resist and 26 regen. He just stood there and took it.
This is the depressing life of Omni. I'll admit, this is like the drawback. I've had so many games where it's just this feeling. You probably had it if you tried him recently. Is you just sit there. It was the same way before. You just hit them. It's like, all right, but I have no way of stopping you from just ignoring me right now because I'm not a fierce right clicker and I have no disable.
He didn't go for the 90 damage talent, so he's not doing that much damage. I actually don't mind like a... It's going to sound ridiculous, but a Shadowblade Bloodthorn Nullifier on Omni, you can just destroy people because you have the 90 damage, a lot of burst damage, Radiance.
Even a casual Batcher here wouldn't be a terrible choice.
Something.
Instead of an AC.
There's a severe lack of lockdown on both sides. Heavenly Grace has proven to be a bit of a problem for Gambit in terms of locking them down, but for UVJ, their Bane just can't do anything. He has Tranquils.
I mean, here's the problem. You can Heavenly Grace heroes, but you can't Heavenly Grace buildings. Look at this. There's not much left of UVJ's base at this stage. And look at Prophet. He's getting ready. He's like, that creep wave top is pushing in, just distract him. Ice Path going to come out on the Ember Spirit. He has got the Heavenly Grace on to try and protect the roll through the Silence, and then the Nightmare to buy a little bit of time split's going to come out. Ember trying to move away, but the song's going to be there. They're just trying to get repositioned perfectly for this, and there's the Exorcism pretty deep from Appleman in. The Ice Path through. Nice dodge out. Remnant trying to move away, but he can't. No. Ember protected by the GA. Will be kept alive. Looking to turn around here. Not level 25, so he doesn't have the second slide fist, but the Death Prophet ran through with the Fiend's Grip. 3 dead on the side of Gambit and Dahak. Might he finally die? The clap will slow him down. No song because he already used it. They're going to make sure that Gambit gets punished for this. It's a long time coming, but UVJ finally able to take a convincing victory in their own base.
They finally get him. Good lord. It only took 10...
I'm looking back at Akulich the whole time. He's still in that jungle.
Yeah.
Is this the moment where you're just like fiercely pinging your natures in your pub games? You're like,
he was there. Buddy. He showed up. He showed up.
He just wasn't able to get anything.
Yeah, he dipped. He's like, all right, guys, this is done. Wow, he's
with
just
the DD
going
though. Yeah, he can get it now with the DD. They can't stop him either. They're going to TP in. Even then, the trees will finish it off. The Nightmare taken off. He's like, my job here is done. See you later, boys. Needs a few seconds. Will he get it though?
He can actually TP.
1 second. He needs to go for the TP right now. Sprout, and they have no vision. They'll cut the trees. Oh, just in time.
Oh my god, he got it.
Akulich, you magnificent son of a very lovely tree man. See, I told you we're appropriate for kids to view.
I bet his mother's a saint. To raise a boy like him.
Oh, no, this is deep for Pikachu. Yules, they got the Ice Path, and he is so done here. That was possibly one of the most greedy individual plays we have seen this entire game.
He's getting frustrated. He's bored, sitting in his base all game. Yeah, I can relate.
I mean, it's space for the Roche, but the problem is you bought back, so if you lose this fight now, you're in trouble. The hack is up in 10 seconds. Can he delay this? Ice Path coming out. Searing Chains is down to Shakira. FNG down to half HP. Trying to move away, but there's going to be a rush forward coming out from Plantamon. Nightmare out onto the Earth Spirit because he's been a nuisance his entire game so far. Older Kaluch arrives with the Crimson Guard, but no, now he'll pay a price. The Fiend's Grip coming out. The song to interrupt. The hack just in the nick of time arrives, courtesy of the Boots of Travel. They're looking to turn around. No exorcism for 10 seconds, though, so they need to try and delay this. Immersion bats them up. Roll away. Gets blocked, though. Can't escape. Throws out the Magnetize. They're still pretty tanky. Affinin, does he go in? Nature's is going for the base instead. He says, wait, creep waves are close again. All right, you want the Roche. There's going to be a price to pay. A toll, in fact. Sprout, TP. See you later, buddy. Oh, the Searing Chains. This time, the Prophet won't escape. Meanwhile, Exorcism coming out from the other Prophet in this game. The Brewmaster split was used as well. UVJ just trying to get the Brewmaster out. Pikachu arriving back at the pit to ensure that he will be able to escape. Nightmare's going to be there. Onto the Death Prophet as well. Slowing him down. He needs to do a lot of damage very quickly, but instead, he's the one feeling the burn. And he'll just disappear from the map for 85 seconds. And there is no way that you stop UVJ from taking this Roche now. Are they doing it again? The hacks, okay. Just go for their base again. We need to get them out of that pit.
This is such a frustrating game if you're playing the Naga, where it's like, oh my god, guys. Just stay alive. Just stay alive.
Easy for him to say.
I know. It's just still, it's frustrating if you're the cores of Gambit too, because it hits this point where you feel like you should be able to do more, but I guess Naga's taken so much of the farm and so much of the priority, and he's...
Oh, they actually...
It's just... Oh, they got it.
Yeah, they got the illusions.
Okay, Nature's Prophet can end this game when he's alive.
He can. It's just a range track.
So careful. They have to be so careful. I always think that if you have a racks up or 2 racks up, if you have 2 racks up as Nature's Prophet and you lose the game, no matter what happens, it's your fault. No matter what happens, people could buy back. People could feed down mid. It's just there's so much ability for you to pressure the game when it's like this, with the racks down. Like every tower that falls, the game becomes more and more your fault as Nature's Prophet.
Omni Knight is really far out here.
Yes,
oh, they're going to punish it. This is just trying to compete with Ember's attempt to make the most greedy player of the game.
I mean, it's even greedier because he has no buyback.
They know it as well.
His buyback is almost the exact time of his death timer.
They can just pursue this. They can actually ball towards the base. I mean, I'm looking at the buybacks right now. Naga has it. Death Prophet has it. Prophet actually doesn't, surprisingly enough. That's the one you would have expected at this stage to have it.
They really need to hide behind the Naga, let her body... They feel like they're ahead, which they obviously are on Gambit, but... The other cores aren't that strong. It's just the Naga that's really strong in this game. The other cores can die. They need to be really careful.
Pikachu. They find him. Ice Path incoming. Sans follow up as well. Have they got damage to the snare? Maybe the Nightmare to try and protect, but maybe too little too late. He's just burning up in the face of all this damage. The split was used defensively, essentially. And now the Fiend's Grip out of the DP just to try and keep the Ember alive. You look succeed in doing so, but that is one big spell used. Older Kulich just going to TP out in the face of the Phantom Lance, and Immersion going to be chased onto. Roll away is successful. And look at that. Rax claimed Aponym does the work. We'll be able to TP away. And the song from Dahak will ensure that that is the case. No TP for him, though. 5 seconds remaining.
He's hasted, though.
Yeah, you're a little bit fast. He'll just dodge out, look to move away from Pikachu. Pikachu actually needs to be careful, because Dahak could try and turn around on him if he's not. Hearing Chains again. Silence is there. Boulder Smash as well. Dahak says, okay, my illusions do the work. Yes! They're going to be able to get him. Aegis has been popped at Dahak. That was a casual commitment. He'll go for the TP away, and he should be able to make it. No, the Nightmare just to take for a Black Archangel. It's on point. The Yule's up in the air. Ember kept out of the fight, silenced up for the time being, but they do get the kill to Dahak. Buyback comes out from Bane in the meantime. He did go down for that. Yule's going to be there under the Ember. Ice Path, and they might be able to get this. The silence is there as well. Ember dying like this again. The control just a little bit too much. Eats the cheese. Roll through, not there from Immersion. Pikachu stands up against this, has 1 remnant left, 4 seconds till he has another. The stun control on the Earth Spirit should be enough to just run him through and drop him down. And in the meantime, a Kulich will fall as well. They're not done though. FNG's been found, and Gambit, I mean, you got the Mega Creeps, but what was the price?
Death Prophet still has buyback. She could do some cheeky stuff with the waves and just make it so that her team doesn't have to buy back.
Nature's Prophet as well.
It doesn't look like they want to push though, so this is good for Gambit. Gambit just waits, and they can pretty easily end the game, I think, with the next Death Prophet ulti. Run illusions at the towers. We saw in the last fight, even though UVJ was doing a pretty good job fighting outside of the base, Death Prophet still ran in and just raxed. It's the exact same thing they need to just do with these tier 4s as well. Just run down one lane, sit behind the Megas, let them do the work, and hit buildings. That's it. Force the enemy team to you, they fight on Megas, they lose. Although, I say that, and they are running straight down mid.
I think they have to. There's not really many options left for them right now. They got top pushing in and bot as well. They need to reconverge from the mid lane. The problem is your PL does not have boots to trap. At least your Omni Knight does.
Is he getting sent out? No, he got a second Wraith Band sent out. What?
Plantomos? Okay, buddy.
That's
interesting way to stack your backpack at the end. So they'll only get the tier 2 and they have to back away. They say, okay, we're in it for the long haul. The biggest problem I see now is at least the next 10 minutes is hard because I feel like Ember is approaching his peak with this build. He's going for the Hex next, so he's fully committed. But is there a stage at which you say, I have to go raw damage? I have to like switch this up, Daedalus, Battle Fury, just try and go the classic build?
Just so awkward, though, because it would take him another 20 minutes to get to the point where he does significant amounts of damage.
Yeah, and he's gone for the Remnant talent as well, which will pay off for a kill into Prophet. They've ruined him up, hexed him as well. He has a lot of health, but not enough to survive this.
100 seconds dead. Although, the problem is with Mega Creeps is just, you go to one lane, kill one guy, and the other 2 lanes are pushed in from the Megas. So, the most that they are going to force out of this is a Prophet buyback. And, so he's got the removed teleportation cooldown, so he can very easily just do what he's doing now, except safer and not die. So he can just TP somewhere, drop Treants, and TP somewhere else. Very easy for him.
Pretty filthy.
That's pretty gross. PL's taking so much damage from these creeps, he actually has to use the Satanic.
Ideal.
Tank.
Ooh, Ember. Living life a little bit on the edge. The hack was going for the cheeky and snare play, didn't pay off, didn't manage to actually land it. But
he's getting a second heart on Naga. I can't help but feel like a sheep stick on somebody, like sheep on Naga, sheep onto Prophet, Nature's Prophet. So Nature's Prophet's going for one, and Death Prophet's going for an Octarine core.
Is this just the hack getting kind of paranoid? Like, they can actually potentially kill me now. I guess I'll just tank up more. Like, instead of trying to fight them and just burn them out quicker with some big pickup like a Daedalus that was mentioned earlier, he's basically just trying to outlast it.
What about a Scotty instead of a second heart?
He had a Scotty queued up previously, and I was still kind of the mindset that you're basically just tanking up more. It's a bit damaged, but your core concept, if you're building that on this hero with this, is I'm just going to outlast you still.
At least Scotty gives you like the, disable. That's something. The heart is just a lot more health. Like 1,500 health.
I mean, it's nice, but you may just return to the issue you had earlier in the game where your whole team is dead around you and you always survive.
The health regen amplification does stack, so that is something to consider for effective HP when it comes to the diminishing returns on armor. Regen becomes a lot better when you already have a lot of HP, when you already have a lot of armor and evasion and stuff, because there's diminishing returns on everything.
I think the next...
other than HP.
I was gonna say, I think the next interesting thing in this game could be what FNG is queuing up. Well, he's actually took off the queue, but it looks like he's heading towards an Ags next. Pure damage, we keep talking about the damage and whether they're lacking the damage to easily burst people. Damage you actually gonna get on those macropires could make the difference.
What does the Ags do again? Does it make it way bigger?
Pure, I think, is the primary one, and then it increases damage.
The pure damage comes from the 25 talent, which
that's
is very
right, yeah.
close to.
Yeah, so he'll probably get that, and then you'll get increased damage, and the duration goes from 10 seconds to 30.
Like 30, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, 30, and then the length is also 1,800. So it's huge. And obviously, with the pure damage, it pierces BKB. Well, some pure damage doesn't, but this
one definitely does.
Yeah, it does. It's really good. It's legitimately really good.
I think in this game, Ice Path is good as well, but I think you're just using the Ice Path to set up the silencers, right?
It's true. I do kind of feel like they've had people stunned for quite some time a lot, and they actually need more burst. I'm surprised that it's true, given that there's a Naga, but he's building all tanky items. He literally has 2 hearts. So it's like he's building tanky items. The Death Prophet's not really doing damage because Exorcism is just hitting all the illusions. Earth Spirit doesn't do damage at this point. Nature's Prophet is a tank.
I'd only actually want to see him go for the Ice Path talent if this Ember had picked up a BKB, but he doesn't have any intentions to pick a BKB, so you can just screw him over the silencers alone.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people just setting netted in Macropyre, and they survive at 10% HP or something like that.
Yeah, it just feels like everyone on the side of UVJ is going, Omni Knight will save us. We don't need BKBs. We don't need to worry about it. We'll always be saved. But guess what, folks? Even at level 25, I mean, he didn't take the talent, but even if he had, Heavenly Grace, you're going to save 1 target. And you're talking about a lineup that has an AoE silence, has an ensnare, has an Earth Spirit that can solo out 1 individual in that fight. and an ice path. Who you can only save one. Who are you gonna choose?
He did go for the Macropyre pure damage, by the way. I remember getting flamed. I don't remember who it was. I remember getting flamed by a notable player. They were. I won't name names. I remember who it was now, but they're like, "You never go that talent. Ice Path is so much better." Like, dude, you're just a bitch.
What about now? FNG, renowned captain.
Yeah,
has taken it.
You just gotta man up and do damage.
I mean,
if something doesn't increase the damage numbers, it's not good. These Yule Scepters and the Glimmers and BKBs, like, come on, they don't increase the numbers.
Build Dagons on supports, guys. That's the takeaway. Or Ags if you're a good old Jakiro.
I prefer, like, you know, Crystaluses. Like, if you're Lich and you can just rush a Crystallis, maybe even get a second Crystallis, then Dagon.
Rubik as well. Get that damage talent.
Hell yeah.
Swings.
Those crits.
And this is another use, actually. Because of the cooldown, he could just throw down the Macropyre to speed this up if he wanted to. I don't think he'll even feel the need to. But, I mean, it's a
12,000 HP Roshan has at this point in the game.
Doesn't really seem like it.
It doesn't. Plus 220 damage. That's kind of a lot, actually.
Not if you have 2 hearts and 3 butterflies.
I guess that's true.
I feel like he needs a 3rd heart, so he's got like a nice pattern in his inventory at this stage.
The red and green, it's like Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if Christmas will come early and they can finally end this game, or if something horrible will finally happen to Gambit. Yeah, not likely with all the buybacks available. Oh wait, no. They actually, the Kulich will have it in 10, but Immersion is nowhere near. So they gave him the cheese.
PL has the Monkey King, so there goes half of there goes like 12,000 effective HP from Naga.
Oh, they're actually hitting the PL pretty hard right now, and the split comes out pretty early in the fight. In fact, looking on all the Kulich, going to chase through the Abyssal there as well. Should be enough to burn him down and kill him off, but he will be able to buy back and get involved in this fight once more. So they burn him again. Aegis is gone. Can they get from the second time? I mean, they're kind of abandoned, but now they'll go in. The exit is going to be there. Chasing forward, Appin in. Trying to do what he can. The Cyphers are on and targeting onto the individuals. The BKB as well. They'll try and turn around with the GA, but he's too damn fast with his talent. Someone's going to be there as well. They can try and set up for another one. Ice Puff on cooldown for a few more seconds, though. The Hex is going to come out. Omni is the target. They'll burn straight through him. PL silenced up as well. Trying to go into DP, but half HP with no mana left. You can't burn through him quick enough. The Ice Puff connected on 2. The roll through of a Immersion does land. Can they do enough? Purification trying to get him away. Brewmaster will stay alive. The Fiends group is out onto Dahak. He's got 2 hearts, but can they burn through them in time? Down to half HP. Immersion trying for the rollout. Will succeed once more. And now they're just trying to burn through people. The Naga are loose. They're going to chase through. Older Kulich going to be found for the second time. Will go down alongside Immersion. That's 2 down. They don't want to buy back on them, though, because Immersion, he can't get back into the fight instantly. Yes, you can with a Prophet, but you still be fighting 4v5. And it looks like UVJ, they hold.
So I think I saw Gambit's game plan in that fight. And I don't think... I'm not sure if they intended to do this or not, but I know that the next time they try to take a fight here, they're going to do this, because it looked really good there. And even if it was just accidental, but Naga songed. And they songed, and they all fought, you know, by where the racks would normally be. And the Mega Creeps took the tier 3, or tier 4, sorry. And if you do that again, and you maybe send the Death Prophet to go in the Natures with, like, the Assault Cuirass, and you help those creeps, you just end the game by taking the throne. You don't even need to fight. Like, you don't need to worry, at this point, about killing anybody. You just need to kill the throne. And you can easily do that with the song.
Oh, that's fair. And, you know, you can have multiple attempts at this. Afinin does have that refresh to work. Actually, oh, hello. He's given it FNG. He says, guys, we don't have damage. This may be a rare occasion, but I'm going to throw it out there. Why don't we give Jakiro double Macropyre?
He even went for the 8% spell amplification at level 10, anticipating that at 60 minutes into the game, he's going to have the Refresher Shard and pure damage Macropyre. He knew it.
Smart cookie. FNG, you know, a godly captain, godly player, able to just predict ahead of time. Truly is the oracle of Jakiro players.
Yeah. You know what they say? Foreskin is 2020. The classic saying.
I don't think it is.
Well, I mean, maybe not in Britain. You guys say some stupid shit about foil hats or whatever, but yeah. In Canada, we have our sophisticated
Hey, buddy. I mean, you're mocking me, but you came from player to this. I mean, I started casting. It's only up to 10.
That is true. I mean, if you want to call it playing, but yeah.
Yeah, it's NA. It's kind of playing. Not like CIS though, with these prime 60-minute games with Evil coming in. Jakiro, Ice Path doesn't connect on 2 on 1, and the X is look at it straight away. Afternoon says yes, go for the throne. The song's gonna come out. Can they do enough damage to the towers? They can't. They're not able to. The axe from Omni Knight, he's ready to protect this. They have to get rid of him first, but can they do the damage? The Hex is out. Now the half HP Cheshire Cat is gonna burn up. They'll be able to find him. Now they can hit onto these buildings. They do get the kill on Jakiro, but the Omni Knight is the bigger kill here in the end. And they lose the Brew as well. Buyback's going to come up, but Split already used. All the Coolidge is going to get low, will go down. And now, Immersion trying to tank in the middle of this, trying to actually stand up against the damage. Appen in, just circling on the side. They'll get the kill into Ember, force the buybacks to come out. And it looks like they might actually get through the hack. That took a lot of effort, but they get him in the end. And that's going to be the ball. Gambit says, okay, we forced big resources out the side of UVJ. No need to hang around and risk losing the game.
Did they get the fort? I don't think the Radiant forted there, so they have one more fight where that can happen, and then it's over.
Well, it's not just that; it's the Guardian Angel as well. Like that was the
true.
They were trying to get rid of him first instead of hitting the buildings because of that.
That's also kind of the problem with like songing near the buildings, is because you actually song the buildings as well, right? Like you need to fight somewhere else. That's why the first fight where I saw that like this is kind of the play that they were looking to make. It was so good because you're fighting away from the buildings, but I don't think UVJ is going to fall for that after seeing what happened just there. It's just too dangerous. Like you take a fight for 5 seconds outside of your base, and the mega creeps will throw you. These things do 100 damage each. They're like a support. You just have like 10 or 20 supports hitting your building. It's going to die.
So basically, at this stage, Gambit are just trying to bore UVJ to death.
Yeah, one mistake. Look at them. UVJ just sitting literally in the fountain on the PL. There's no point in risking going out of the base.
Oh, he wants a decisive win, though. Well, Gambit refused to pick up more damage, but Palanthomos, he won't make that mistake. He's picked up a Divine Rapier.
Unfortunate that it's on a PL, so you know obviously the illusions don't get any of the damage, but at this point, God, I don't think you care. He took the crit talent too, so you know 2x crit for 30% chance.
I mean, it's a long time since we've seen that, but it's justified here.
It's a built-in Daedalus. It makes the Rapier significantly better. Eventually, he can maybe sell the Sanjin Yasha. Honestly, I would probably prefer if he sells the Diffusal Blade, to be quite frank, just because the status resist is so effective at this point in the game. It's great against everything coming from Gambit.
Maybe go for a null? Nah, actually, I don't know about Nullify. Like, your Naga is not really a big concern for items.
Nullifier Bloodthorn, if you could maybe sell the Diffusal, sell the Sanjin Yasha.
Yeah, it would have to be Sanjin Yasha at that stage.
Sanjin Yasha, yeah. But then he's losing a lot of the movement speed too that comes from that. It's like it basically gives you, you know, boots, somewhat of boots.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head, what else could he go for here? Like, there's not much that would give the same value. Maybe you go for a Skadi as a possibility.
It's really hard to make decisions this late into the game because, you know, like it could be an Eon Disc, it could be a Daedalus to give him like an extra crit. They might need a Sheep on somebody. Maybe he's the one to build it. Probably not. But there's like so many choices and so few slots and so many items that you would have to sell that would otherwise give you some sort of effectiveness. It's just like you might take a fight with, you know, an extra Rapier instead of the Daedalus, or sorry, instead of the Sanjin Yasha, and then because you don't have the Sanjin Yasha, you get comboed where you otherwise wouldn't in terms of just stun duration, and then you die. It's really hard to predict what's going to make or break a fight at this point, just because you have to trade off items in order to get new ones.
I mean,
makes things really awkward.
I've consulted with my brain. I'm thinking Divine Rapier #2 and keep the Diffusal spare.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I have also been having some chats with my brain. We've been doing different Skype and VoIP calls. We've been using a new system called Discord. It's a voice server kind of thing, and my brain is also telling me that maybe a Rapier instead of the Diffusal, and then a Rapier instead of the Sanjin Yasha, and then we're set for the late game of this the hyper late game in this game?
I mean, you're basically like let's face facts. If you go down and feed over the rapier, you're in big trouble. So you might as well just double down on trying to win the fight. Like the playing defensive only gets you so far. I mean, look at this move coming in pretty deep, actually. Straight away on the Brewmaster. The Nightmare to try and protect him. Going to try and move away from this, but he can't. He's silenced up. He hasn't got a chance to get this split out. They're going to use the GA, but it's a little bit too late. He's dead. They're going to try and go for the throne right now. Where are they? Look at this Piggy here. Little Piggy running away. Song is slowing them down. Now they can turn around. Two-man Ice Path. Bane can't move away either. And they're going to lose Ember Spirit on the side. Or can they get away here? It's going to be close. Remnant back into the fountain. Will be able to escape, but they don't have the buybacks to defend this anymore. They're going to be burnt up. PL will go down. Will finally buy back with a Rapier on the ground. They don't even want to pick it up. They just want to finish the game. The Glyph's going to come out. Lantimos trying to actually buy a little bit of time, but you do not have another Glyph. You do not have a Guardian Angel, and you no longer have a throne. It is gone. Gambit will take game 1.
Finally, they did it. I honestly think that the majority of the damage in that fight came from the Jakiro. He had 2 macro pyres doing pure damage dropped on the ground. 2 of them. He had a refresher orb. He might have even had a refresher shard. Like, this guy, I don't think they realized they were sending in 2 macro pyres because he put them right on top of each other. And they melted. All the pure damage. They couldn't stand in it. Like, that's actually just the play. You just put a giant slab of pure damage in front of the enemy fountain. And it's like, you want to run back through that to your fountain? Well, you have to run through this to get to your throne. So you have this choice. You have the only choice you can make is a shitty one, running through 2 macro pyres. It's like running through just a field of just thistles, naked. You're going to get thorns everywhere. You know? Sometimes you... Yeah, you know, thorns, like thistly sort of, you know, thorn bushes. I don't know.
Roses? Yeah, roses. It seems so nice. It looks so pretty. And then all of a sudden, you're basically in massive amounts of pain.
Right.
That was... I mean,
thorns all over your body. Your naked body.
I just realized something, Jenkins. You can just go tell that pro player. You can just, like, give him a link to this game and say, you're an idiot. Look at this. This double macro pyre. The pure damage. It was the right choice. Prove me wrong. And he'll have nothing. He'll try and pull out stats, but in the end of the day, a game was won with it. A pro game.
It's true. The pro player actually won a TIs. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Shove like a random qualifier game in his face and be like, look at this one example. It worked here. Take your Aegis and shove it.
And it doesn't matter which way you shove it because it's still going to be the same size. So good luck with that. But that does mean that Gambit are a game up. This best of 3 needs a decision to be made so that we know what's happening tomorrow. So short break. We'll grab a snack. You should too. That was a pretty long game. You know, you want to keep yourself built up, energetic, like a kind of Duracell bunny. And then come back in several minutes for game number 2 between Uvajenie and Gambit to see if Gambit are just going to sweep this 2-0. Maybe with something a little bit quicker, or if Uvajenie will adopt their strategy, take it to an over-hour game, then win with DP and double macro pyre. I don't know. Anything could happen. This game has proved it. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a few minutes.